And continue discussions on the demise of Pa Edwin Clark, who passed on at age 97 yesterday. A whole lot has been said. Bielsa State has flown its flags at half-mast the next 3 days, and in fact even suspended some activities that's marking the fifth anniversary of the governor, Duadiri. So there are other states that are doing other things, and so we are looking at his impact while he lived and who comes on right after him and what exactly would we be looking out for. We have via Zoom this morning, Bassey Ekpere is a Deputy National Chairman of PANDEF. Joining us via Zoom this morning. Good to have you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you for your time this morning. I really don't know how you received the news of the passing of the other statesman, Pa Edwin Clark. But then how is PANDEV reacting to this monumental loss for the Niger Delta region?
Yeah, thank you very much. It came as a shock. Actually, we were in Calabar in Cross River State. We paid the courtesy call to the governor, His Excellency Senator Bassey, and the Obong of Calabar. And we were planning from there to move to Lagos to commiserate with the Afenifere. But around midnight, the chairman heard the bad news, the shocking news, and our plans had to change. To even get to Abuja was a problem. By God's grace, we had to get an aircraft that took us to Abuja. And from there, it's been very busy throughout. People coming in and out. And immediately we got there, saw the number of cameramen from all media houses already stationed in his house. And it was a great feeling.
All right. What specifically, if you can, you just stabilize your device so that it will be at least stable on your face. It's shaky somehow. So just continuing.
Okay, okay.
What specifically would Niger Delta lose in the passing of the other statesman?
You see, Papa was an advocate of peace, advocate of justice, of anti-corruption, and unity. He brought together all the ethnic groups and people in the Niger Delta, and even he was even the leader of the South Middle Belt Leaders Forum, and which included Fenifere, Pandev, Ohanese, and the Middle Belt people. So it wasn't only on Pandev that he was making his moves. He was with Fenifere. In fact, yesterday, the president of the Middle Belt Forum was with us throughout, and even one or two members of Fenifere, they were not officially, because they are mourning as well as we are mourning. So the main problem, no problem as such, was that Papa said we should not mourn, that we should rejoice when he died. And before he went into coma, these words came out of his mouth. I love Nigeria. Nigeria is my country. And which showed that even up to the point of death, he was still fighting for Nigeria. He's a fighter. He's mentored a lot of people. And we are happy that we follow his steps, we follow his footsteps. We can't fill it up, but we try and do as much as he could in terms of getting unity and peace to the nation, to actually the Niger Delta region. Luckily, we before he died, at least we were able to bring all the South because the South government have now agreed to work together. It hasn't been so the past regime, the past administration, but with Governor Diri as the chairman and Bassey too as the vice, they have all agreed to work together and be good ambassadors of Niger Delta. We work together with them. We are like the advocacy part of the South governors, and we also have what we call the Braced Commission, which is made up of Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo, and Delta, headed by Ambassador Stephen Keshi. The Braced Commission is supposed to regulate projects within the region. A number of projects at hands which we are looking at right now.
All right. I mean, you mentioned unity amongst the major ethnic groups. That's the Fenifere, the Pandev, Yohanes, Ndibo, even Arewa. And but then even with that, you could tell that the country is not really a united country, given what we have seen over the years. People are more identifying with their ethnicity or their ethnic group than they identify with Nigeria. Do you think it is one of his regrets not being able to basically unite a nation that is really divided by its shared experience and ethnicity, or even from experiences of the war, or even suspicion of the other persons trying to deceive me or put me down than I should be. Do you think it could be one of his major regrets of not being able to unite people, even with beyond just the names of Afenifere, Pandev, or Haneze?
Yeah, I think we would not be so happy that he couldn't unite everybody. But that was why probably that was why he fought for restructuring and moving away from unitary system to true federalism. I think we have true federalism and everybody faces his region, other region or state. I think there will be calmness, there will be less marginalization, there will be less because every state we want to make sure they do what they are doing and then move whatever process they have, excesses they have to the federal. But right now, it's not possible. And that's why we have a lot of distraction, a lot of distraction. People trying to say, you are not doing well in my state. The road is not okay. But you find, especially the Niger Delta, say the east-west road of how many years now not been done. One of that place, the eastern answer saying, look, you have not done enough projects. I think the basic thing is he fought for was that to restructure the country and restructure it and make sure that each region or whatever other state or region will have the capacity to do what they want to do. And you see rivalry and you see happiness in all states. So at that time, unity will be there because nobody will say, you are marginalizing me from the federal. Thank you.
All right. I mean, you mentioned marginalization in your statements, and it does mean that you are also conscious about that thinking about resource control. Many persons would say, you know what, let's revert back to what it used to be. Every region do their own thing and then pay a little to the center. But as it stands now, is it even ever possible? There are some states that would say they are not viable enough to, compete. I mean, you can't put the Niger Delta, in comparison in terms of resources with a place like the Northeast or maybe even the Northwest. So you would think through, like, if it's as it stands now, is it ever going to be possible to have, his dream of a restructured Nigeria or a Nigeria where true federalism is practiced? Do you ever see that coming?
Yeah, if we are determined, it's possible. Whoever thought that Zamfara would be buoyant now, nobody knew that they had gold and they could be buoyant. Every other state, like your previous um, guest said, there is no state that is not buoyant. You either have solid mineral or you have oil and gas or whatever. There are so many states that are okay. States in the southwest are okay. We are Greek, you have land. The northeast, you are talking about, you have vast land. You agree. They were surviving on granules and cotton those days. The southeast is buoyant, they have a lot of people that can come together and make that south is okay. South, apart from the oil and gas, states like Cross River and Edo have a lot of solid mineral, lithium, and some other things which will easily make those regions viable. So I can't see why it's not possible. It's just the determination of most of us, the politicians, the National Assembly, Mr. President, to say, let's restructure this country, go back to the other regional or state uh, designs, and let these people send money to the federal. If that happens, you will find out that the competition to be a president will be less. Because if you be a president, you are going to work for the country. Apart from handling military, internal affairs, and all those things, there's no other thing you can do. But the issue now will be on the state. It's supposed to be busy trying to get the best for their state. I think with the determination of we Nigerians, restructuring is possible, or at least a full federalism is possible.
All right. I mean, how do you think that Edwin Clark should be immortalized? I mean, there are several things that so many governors have been tinkering about. But for you, someone who holds that position of Pan Niger Delta Forum, how do you think is the best way to immortalize somebody of that character?
Yeah, he was an educationist, and your previous guest thought physical structures might not be good. But I think you can combine both the policy, um, immortalize it through policy guidelines and even physical. Because he was an educationist, so I don't see anything wrong with any of the universities named after him. He was also against corruption. So even the EFCC building can be named after Patla. And then because that was his basic, was after corruption. He was even attacking his own Niger Delta people who were correct, who were corrupt. So you can name the EFCC building after him, and name any of the universities after him. While the policies, if you can get restructuring, so he wasn't the only one that was fighting for restructuring. Even by the band, they were all fighting. So the issue is name a structure after both of them. Both of them are the nation's are fighters. They're fighters for the true federalism for this nation. So you can name any of those anti-corruption buildings or whatever against for any of them, and also the policies like your previous guest. If you have a policy, name it Edwin Clark anti-corruption policy or law.
All right, quite an interesting discourse. But then, just to wrap things up right now, who takes over in his stead? I mean, he's a leader of PANDEF and someone that everybody looks up to when it comes to holding government to account. He's also spoken about several things. I mean, corruption. He has spoken about land degradation in the Niger Delta. Whose voice does the Niger Delta turn to when it comes to these kinds of things? Is there anyone that we can look up to right now in his stead, just in case?
Yeah, right now the uh, chairman of PANDEP, Ambassador Godno Sigali, that easily fit in to all those. But what we are trying to do is to make sure that we have a policy that involves all the governors, involve all the major traditional rulers, so that that is can if there's anything wrong in Niger Delta, we all meet together and take a stand. That is the only way from now. Eventually, somebody will come up that will attacking, not really attacking, but saying the truth to the government uh, against injustice, against unity. But Pandef right now is set up. The exco of Pandef right now is strong enough to do that. And we've been able to bring governors together. We've been meeting with traditional rulers. We met with the Oba of Benin. We met with the Obama of Calabar. We're trying to get the traditional rulers involved in happenings in the Niger Delta. We're talking to our youth too. We are planning a summit probably in April or May, where all these people will be involved and take stand on what we want in Niger. Thank you very much.
Is there a tentative date for burial just yet?
For what?
For his burial,
For
is
you?
there a tentative date
No,
or
no
period we're looking
tentative
at?
date yet. They're still meeting. They met yesterday, so it's not out yet.
Okay. All right. We appreciate you for your time. We truly appreciate you. And
Thank you.
we also are mourning the demise of the revered Niger Delta leader. We truly appreciate your insights, and we keep in touch with you for any other development as it concerns his interment. Thank you again. We truly appreciate.
Thank you very much. We're so rested.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.